Oh, hello, and welcome to today's Decay, where we're celebrating births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time, June 26th edition, all day. And why, oh why do we do this, you ask? Yeah, I don't know anymore. To attempt to actively shape our world in our own likeness, to remember what we like to do and what brings us happiness in a world that outside these walls, maybe that's not the case, right? Yeah. So 1893 on this day, Big Bill Broonzy was born, a Delta blues musician that, to me, this is all rock and roll, proto rock and roll, or maybe everything after is really, like Delta blues, everything after the Delta blues era is just neo Delta blues? No, it's probably not. It doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? But whatever. 1904 today, the Lord High Minister of all things sinister, Peter Lorre, was born. I'm a huge Peter Lorre fanatic. We did a whole stage show on him once. I've read a bunch of books on him. He started his career on the stage under the direction of Bertolt Brecht, and caught the eye and the monocle of one Fritz Lang, who put him in a movie that was good, M, 1931, that catapulted him to stardom, to the point that people thought that he was the character that he played on screen, which was unfortunate because he was a very evil person in that movie. Great character actor. The stage play that we did on Peter Lorre, which was Phantom Creep Theater, we were like, shall always be, horror hosts and spook show performers in mainly Coney Island, but wherever will have us, I suppose. We did this whole stage play based around the life of Peter Lorre, hosting M, which is a difficult movie to host because you, as like the entertainers, are supposed to be telling jokes and conjuring ghosts on stage and somewhat lighthearted. Certainly not just about like a out and out child murderer like this. It's a difficult movie to introduce and I don't know. I mean, whatever. The event went better than this video right now is going. Because what we did was we used this whole story I had read in one of his biographies that, like, in 1932, as Hitler was just coming to power, Peter Lorre, who at the time was like quite a celebrity over there because it was just after M, wrote him like a telegram in like the middle of the night telling him to get lost, in stronger words than that, and left as the Nazis were coming to power, and by 1933 went to England to work with Alfred Hitchcock, and then came to America where he made Mad Love and all those Mr. Moto movies, which are actually quite good, and well, tons and tons of movies. But meantime, fast forward to like the early 40s, where World War II is raging, and Hitler is sending Nazi spies to America to infiltrate the country, and on their assigned hit list was, you need to kill Albert Einstein, you need to blow up the Hoover Dam, and if you happen to have a day off, kill Peter Lorre. Because 10 years later, the war is raging, you're like keeping this this idea alive that, like, I need to get back at this guy for sending me a telegram telling him what he really thinks of me. Yeah. So we did a whole stage play based off that, and made this whole Adolf Hitler as if it was like the great dictator with, dancing with the globe, but instead it was Peter Lorre's face, and it was like haunting him, like as if like the ghost of Peter Lorre, who at this point is still alive, is haunting Adolf Hitler. It didn't go badly. It did not. They asked us back. Everything was fine. Yeah. Peter Lorre then continued to do really great character actor work. Strange on the Third Floor, Face Behind the Mask, all sorts. Really great. One of my favorite Peter Lorre's, which we also screened at the M Coney Island thing, was something called Young Couples Only. That was like an early 50s TV show. Early 50s TV shows, I think, are really fun anyway, because like it was a medium that like nobody really knew what to do with just yet. So a lot of it's very creaky. in its production values and like how much money they're putting into it and like just how we should be presenting television. Yeah, so this is almost like a Twilight Zone episode, but years before the Twilight Zone. And Peter Lorre plays the building handyman, superintendent, something like that. And they advertise that only young couples are allowed to move into the apartment building. There's something really strange about Peter Lorre, but you just can't really put your finger on it. I won't tell you the ending. It's on YouTube for free. Go check it out. I think it's called, I've seen it titled as Young Couples Only and just Couples Only. Early to mid-50s. And it's really good. And oh, what an ending. Out of this world, I say. Out of this world. Wink. What else? Warren Kremer, born today, 1921, who was a really fantastic and brutal horror comics artist in the 50s. There was a whole bunch of comics that were like following in the footsteps of EC Comics. In some cases, doing like even more brutal and graphic content. Black Cat Mysteries, Chamber of Chills. He was in part responsible for that iconic imagery that then Danzig appropriated for the Misfits' Die Die My Darling EP. There was like 2 guys that were involved with it. But all that early pre-code horror stuff is really terrific, and he's one of the people that just did some wonderful work. The Coney Island Cyclone first was open for business today, 1927. Kind of frightening, kind of wonderful. And one of the things I particularly love about it is all the old photos of people from different generations, like, decades and decades back. The thing hasn't really changed at all since like 1927. And whether it's you're looking at like photos of Debbie Harry on the Cyclone, or, Ouija taking photos of people coming off the Cyclone, or that film I talked about the other day, Lonesome from 2728, along with The Crowd, also features the Cyclone. So like, it's, I love to think that like we're all New Yorkers and we all get to experience versions of the same thing in some degrees. A lot of New York is gone, but the things that are still here, like this, people have all like walked these same streets, and that's exciting. So yeah. Mick Jones of The Clash, born in 1955, and last but certainly not least, hold on to your hats. Danzig 2, Lucifuge, birthed into the universe today, 1990. So what are you gonna do today? Probably go out and enjoy the weather, or sit home and blast Danzig 2. Those are your only 2 options. Sorry, there's nothing else that's possible. That's it, the whole day from me.